Hello, Ewan Plush Studios here today, and we're doing a review on Wave 1 and 2 of the Angry Birds Star Wars plush set. Now, I was originally only going to do Wave 1, then Wave 2 in a separate video, but Wave 2 consists of like 4 plushies, so there's no point in doing an entirely separate video for Wave 2. So I've just merged them all into one video. Let's just clear these all off here and start with the first one being Luke Skywalker. And here's Luke Skywalker bird. Now it's a pretty neat plush. He's still kind of fluffy. Yeah, his hair's really fluffy. And there's not really much to say about him. He's pretty standard plushy. He's got his lightsaber here stuffed and printed on. See the buttons printed on. He's got his belt here, which is a separate piece of felt. And he's got this embroidered belt going around the back. And here's his tail feather, which is stitched to the back, which is different from most Angry Birds plushies. Sorry for that. There. He's got his pocket right there. And yeah, he's got his tan eyebrows. And he's a pretty basic plushie. But let's move on to his 8-inch one, which is actually different. This one was released in 2000 I want to say 15, but it might have been 14. I can't remember. Anyway, so let me just get that feather off. This is practically the same plushie, just a re-release. He's got a more thin lightsaber. It's not stuffed at all, and he's made of the matte fur. And he's got his his tail feather right here, which is still stitched. And it's just a single piece of felt, maybe two, I don't know. But yeah, it's just Luke Skywalker plush, and there's his tag. We'll go over the tags once we've gone over the plushies, but yeah, there's Luke Skywalker bird. Let's move on to the next plushie. And so here's Han Solo bird. Again, pretty much same story with Luke Skywalker. It's just it's basic. It's the yellow bird. You can see it's just basically the yellow bird, but he's got his gun in his holster right here. His holster is actually a separate piece, unlike Luke Skywalker, where it's just embroidered in. We've got his belt buckle right here, and this one's a lot more fluffy. I like that. And then his tail feathers stitched to his back again. And here's his bottom. Didn't show the bottom for Luke Skywalker's, but this one's a lot more nice. It's just all this material just here. And yeah, there's not really much to say about this plushie. He's accurate. You can his shirt is a separate piece, but it's still stitched on. You can just he has no stomach stomach thing. Whereas the yellow bird in the first set, he only had it on his front and on his bottom. This one just doesn't have it at all. I get it wasn't necessary, but still, it just kind of looks weird, you know. You see his belt is also a separate piece. Well, at least this bit right here, the front is a separate piece. Hold it like this. And yeah, it's just, he's got his fluffy hair. And yeah, let's move on to the 8-inch, which this is the only other 8-inch I have from this set. At least I have one which was from the original set. But yeah, I got this one second hand, so his blaster's not there. It should be there. It should be just one of those thin single felt pieces. And yeah, it's just basic. And another feather. Here's his tail feather. Again, paper, thin. It's not made of paper, it's just a big bit of felt. And yeah, he's not as nice as the 5-inch, which is a lot more fluffy. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about him. So let's move on to Princess Leia. And here's Princess Leia. And this one's pretty much the same story as Luke and Han. He pretty basic plush. It's just pink bird with different eyes and the hair. And again, the stitched tail feather. And yeah, she's got the clothes, which are separate pieces, kind of. But yeah, it's just basic plush. I mean, there's not much different from these and the actual ones, apart from like the eyes and the clothes and that. But she's got the brown eyebrows opposed from the black ones. I actually like this one's expression more than the one that we got, because like the eyes are like wide open instead of like halfway closed. But it's nice stuffed buns. And I have a keychain one here. This is the only other way I have. And these aren't stuffed. This is like thin, like the re-releases, and this is again a separate material. This is just same as this one, but yeah, let's move on to the next plushie, which I think will be the Stormtrooper pig. And here we actually have a different plushie, which, yeah, it's using a new material. This is like kind of, it's not a fluffy material, it's more of just like a, I don't know how you'd describe this material, but yeah, Stormtrooper pig. This one's a bit torn up because dogs, but yeah, I might get a new one. I probably will. Anyway, so here's his eyes, which use this like vinyl material, which is nice, and yeah, it's just overall pretty nice plush. Kind of underrated. He doesn't have the lines on his cheeks, which Stormtroopers actually do, but I don't even think that was in the game. So yeah, that's just an inaccuracy overall. This one's got some printing on them, like this is all printed, this is all printed, and this is printed right here. The eyebrows aren't printed, those are embroidered. There's no printing or anything on the back. Could have put some like vent things that the Stormtroopers have up here in the back, but there's nothing. It's basic, not basic, but it's a different plush. He's pretty cool. Anyway, I've got the keychain right here too, which is where we start to see some real differences. He has none of this vinyl material for some reason. All of this is printed. Everything is printed. There's nothing embroidered on this, apart from these. These are embroidered. And yeah, he's just not the nicest because these don't stick out. That doesn't look that good compared to this one, which these bits do stick out. But yeah, there's the Stormtrooper pig. We're going to move on to Darth Vader now. And here's Darth Vader. Pretty much the same story as the Stormtrooper. Vinyl eyes, most of it's printed. Actually, all of it's printed. But he's got this nice little bit on his helmet. And yeah, he's an okay plush. He's probably the cheapest of the set, since he's like so common. But yeah, it's just Darth Vader pig. There's not much to say about him. Mine's got a little bit of dust in his eye. But yeah, that's all I've got to say about the Darth Vader pig. Nice plush. And yeah, let's move on to the next plush, which is going to be Chewbacca. And here's Chewbacca. You see these are all like an iron-on material. This whole belt is a separate piece. He's got his tag right here. And he's like really fluffy. Which, this fluffy material, I either love it or you hate it. I'm kind of neutral on it, but it just kind of gets in the way of his eyes. You can't really see his eyes unless you like pull it up. And yeah, his mouth opens. You can see in there. I can't tell if mine's is missing a tooth or if it's meant to be missing a tooth. But yeah, it's Chewbacca bird, and he's probably the most different of the set besides one, which we'll get on to. And this is kind of like, this came out between Wave 1 and Wave 2, so he doesn't really fit into a set. I'd say he fits more into Wave 1, honestly. But there's Chewbacca bird. Let's move on to the first plush of Wave 2, being Obi-Wan Kenobi. And so here's Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's a nice plushie. It's basically just a black bird, but with whisker, beard, and a robe, and hair, and this. But he is a nice plushie. He's got his lightsaber, same story as Luke's, kind of like stuffed, and it's got its printed button and hole here. And there's not much I haven't said already with the Blackbird plush. I mean, his hair's nice. My one's robe's kind of just holding on by like one seam. I gotta get that fixed, or a new one. I don't know. His wick's nice. And yeah, it's just Blackbird. I like his robes, they're nice. But let's move on to another plushie of the set. here, C-3PO bird, which he's got the same material as the Darth Vader and Stormtrooper pig, but he's just a gold and white bird. He's got some different stuff about him. His eyes are nice with these whole lines going through them. These gold bits right here look really nice. And yeah, it's kind of a basic plushie. It's just made out of a different material. So he's got these little nice bits at the back. And mine's kind of falling apart at these bits right here. Try to ignore that. But he's got some printing around the back. He's got this bit, which C-3PO has. And he's got this right here. Those are the only printed parts on this besides on his hair feathers and his tail feathers. But yeah, there's C-3PO. Not much to say about him. His mouth moves. And let's move on to the second to last plushie of the set. Here's Yoda bird, and something I forgot to mention when I started with Obi-Wan Kenobi is these ones actually have sound chips, the Wave 2 ones, but all the other Wave 2 ones I have don't actually have the sound chips, but Yoda has a sound chip. Let's listen to it. And if you notice, it's different noises from every other sound chip, which I really appreciate that. So that's pretty cool. Yoda bird's a pretty cool plushie. He's got his nice whole fluffy hair, and his beak's new. His eyes are nice, and his robes are nice. This is probably one of my favourite plushies of the set. He's like my second favourite. We'll get on to my favourite in a minute. And you can see, like, he's pretty cool. I like this. This is a great plushie. It's really different. And I like the sound chip being different, all that. We really went the extra mile with this one. But let's move on to our last plushie of the set, being my favourite. And here's the last plushie of the set, being Luke Skywalker Pilot Bird. You're probably wondering, oh Ewan, why is this your favourite? It's just a Luke Skywalker, but with a helmet on. Well, actually it's just Redbird with a helmet on, different eyebrows. Well, this one's got so many materials on it, and I really like different materials on plushies. That's why Twisted Wolf's one of my favourite Finest Phrase plushies. But you can see he's got this strap material here, he's got felt here. He's got his fluffy material here. He's got his matte material. He's got this material right here, and he's got a new vinyl. The vinyl is just nice. I really like the vinyl on this. I've used this plushie in a video before, the Shadow Monster, and it's just red with a helmet on. I really like this. And he's got a stitched on tail feather right here. I've got the 8-inch one right here, which he didn't come out in the 2014-2015 re-release, but yeah, he's got his tail feather here. He's a great plushie. This is one of the more expensive plushies of the set, but it's still not too expensive because he's an Angry Birds Stars plush, and those aren't really that rare or expensive. But yeah, you should get this one. If you're going to get one from the set, I say Yoda Bird or Luke Skywalker Pilot. Now let's move on to the tags. Let's see what the tags look like on these. And so here's the tag of this set. You know, it's basic plush tag with Luke Skywalker on it, Angry Birds Star Wars logo. Turn it around, we've got Commonwealth, Lighthouse Leisure, Rovio, the barcode, and the Angry Birds Stars logo. And that's basically it. angbirds.com/Star Wars. I wonder if that still exists. And we've got Angry Birds 2009, 2013. You know, basic stuff. And then here we have the re-releases tag, which has got Darth Vader and the Death Star just zoomed at the back. And that's the Angry Birds Star Wars 2 logo, but without the 2. And let's flip this, and it's just a bunch of warnings in different languages. You can read them if you want. And we've got the back of the tag. No White House Leisure, actually. I don't know what that means, but if you want to tell me, you can tell me. There's the warning. And this one is also 2013, which, yeah, I think this one came out, like, before 2014, maybe. I actually don't know the origins of this. These are just random things that showed up. I'm not going to do any sizing for this, because the basic size is just, you know, keychain sized, 5-inch, 6-inch, and 8-inch. I'm pretty sure they also came in 12-inch and 16-inch, but it's really hard to find pictures of 12-inch, 16-inch Angry Birds Star Wars plushies. If you have one, I'd love to see it, but you can DM it to me on Instagram if you want. My Instagram is... I link it at the end of my outro. And yeah, that's it. That's basically it. That's it for the Angry Birds Star Wars plush review. So, bye, bro.